Taylor Swift's battle with streaming services reshaped how artists think about ownership, value, and power in the modern music industry. At a time when streaming platforms were rapidly becoming the dominant way people consumed music, Swift took a rare and risky stand against companies she believed were devaluing artists' work. In 2014, Swift made headlines by pulling her entire catalog from Spotify. Her reasoning was simple but disruptive. Streaming, she argued, paid artists fractions of a cent per play, while conditioning fans to expect music for free. Swift believed that art had value, and that platforms built on advertising and free tiers were profiting far more than the creators themselves. This decision shocked the industry, especially coming from one of the world's biggest pop stars at the peak of her commercial power. Her stance went beyond Spotify. In 2015, Swift publicly challenged Apple Music over its plan not to pay artists during users' free trial periods. In an open letter that went viral, she called the policy unfair to songwriters and performers, particularly emerging artists who couldn't afford to go unpaid. Within 24 hours, Apple reversed its policy, agreeing to compensate artists during trials. It was a rare moment where a single artist forced a trillion-dollar tech company to change course. Swift eventually returned to streaming platforms in 2017, but on her terms, after negotiating better conditions, and once streaming had proven it could coexist with album sales. By then, her stance had already changed the conversation. Artists began speaking more openly about royalties, ownership, and the imbalance of power between creators and platforms. The fight didn't stop there. Swift's later decision to re-record her masters after losing ownership of her original catalog further reinforced her commitment to control and long-term value. Streaming services thrive on catalogs they don't own. Swift showed artists that reclaiming ownership could be both symbolic and massively profitable. Ultimately, Taylor Swift didn't reject streaming. She challenged it to evolve. Her actions helped push the industry toward fairer compensation, greater transparency, and renewed respect for creative labor. In a system designed to favor scale and algorithms, Swift proved that artists with leverage could still reshape the rules. Her battle wasn't just about money. It was about who controls music in the digital age, and whether artists get a seat at the table or remain just another data point in the stream.